Hello. It's Dr. Dawn. Hi, everybody. Hey. It's Mystical Monday. Thank you for joining me tonight. Hey, I'm back. Look, everybody in the comments like, where is she? Has it started? Is she doing it yet? I'm here, y'all. I'm trying to get some things together. I got this new kind of setup today. So I'm trying to get acclimated to some things. First of all, over here on YouTube, y'all tell me, say, can you see me? Can you hear me good? Y'all tell me, can you see and hear me? I know they can over here on TikTok, but y'all let me know over here on YouTube. Can you see me and hear me before I start talking? Yes. All right. Yeah. Okay. We back, y'all. We got some of that good Wi-Fi now. We got some good sound. All right. Yeah. Thank you. You guys are welcoming me back. I appreciate it. I've been gone for 2 weeks? It feel like 2 months, don't it? I know, y'all. I know. Yeah, you good? All right, good. Welcome back, everybody. So glad y'all showed up tonight. Y'all always bear with me when I'm stabilizing and I'm integrating, because y'all know I got to take stuff in. And before I start running my mouth, I got to make sure I'm running it right and I know what I'm saying and I'm moving in the direction that I'm supposed to move in. So you guys are always so patient with me. You guys are always so understanding, and I am so grateful for that. Thank you. Um, y'all, it's been a lot. It's been a lot going on. A lot happening. I actually thought that I was literally getting ready to step away from this. Let me tell y'all, every year, anybody who's been with me for a while, y'all know every year I get to the point where I'm like, okay, that's it. I'm done. I done did what I came here to do. Time for me to cross my legs and go somewhere and sit down and watch the other people step up and show out. And so I thought when I took this detox, because as I was detoxing, it was like, okay, I was getting this like message and this momentum that, okay, you part of that, those indigos, the ones that came first to kind of lay the groundwork and, the foundation to, open the pathway and like usher in these new souls and beings that were getting ready to come to the front to start leading and guiding and assisting the planet. And so I felt like during this detox, this was my kind of exit, like my grand finale, like I was getting ready to walk out, right? And so before I went on the detox, the social media detox, I saw a video where a young lady posted and she said, hey, it's time for, some of these indigo star seeds to retire. Like, it's time for y'all. You done. You did what you came to do. So I was like, confirmation. Yes, I am finished. This is it. I'm winding down. So I was thinking, okay, let me get into wind down mode and see what it is I got coming next down the pipeline. That's what I thought, y'all. I was okay with it. I was all right. Baby, when I showed y'all that video earlier this week, kind of announcing that I was coming back, and that voice said, get up, get up. That is indicative of what happened to me in my real life experience. I was crossing my legs, honey. I was into my new life of leisure. And this voice kept saying, get up, get up. You're not done. You're done with that part of your journey and of your assignment. And now it's time for you to get ready for the new part. I said, child, I'm not retiring. I thought I was done. I thought I was hanging it up. Y'all passing the torch. They say, no, you done with that part. When you come back from this detox, you will come back with a new insight, a new awareness, a new revitalization, and a new path that you are now embarking on. Take a break. Enjoy. Get ready for this new information that is coming in that we need you to share with the collective. It's the next step on your path, on your blueprint. Yeah, you getting ready to roll it out. So get ready. So I got ready. Week 1 of the detox. I said, okay, I'm getting ready to come back. I had a little information for y'all. My spirit guides, my higher self say, no, that's not it. Sit down. sit down and integrate. And then I came on in with some more. Now, I'm telling y'all my process because I am your mirror, remember? And so when I get to the point where I feel as if I'm getting ready to retire and I'm done and I'm through, y'all gonna get like that too if you haven't already. But just know you may be through with that part of your path, and the new path and the new purpose and the new point that you're at is getting ready to be illuminated. It's getting ready to be illuminated. Okay? So I say all that to say this message tonight is for the 1%. Who is the 1%? The 1% who came here to collapse this system. If you ain't on here to collapse this system, this message is not going to resonate. It's not going to make sense. You're not going to be aligned with it. And you may want to shut it down right now and come back and revisit at another time. At another time. Because, see, this new path now, it's very difficult for me to integrate all levels of the soul experience. I got to focus and key in now. I got to key in and tap into this narrow population now of collective souls that are here because y'all got some things that are coming, and we got to get real specific. All right? We got to get into that, and we got to be real clear and direct on that at this point. Now, I came back from my detox. I went to social media, and the things I saw, I said, oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. I see why y'all pulled me away for 2 weeks. All the stuff that I saw coming through and coming down, I see why I was pulled away from it and out of it. Baby, the 1%, if y'all ain't together and y'all ain't tightening up on who you are, why you here, and your abilities, y'all gonna get lost in this sea. Y'all gonna get real lost. Dr. Dawn is not your savior. That's not what I am. Dr. Dawn is delivering a message, a set of instructions and experiences that she's had that are aligned to assist the 1% at this time. Get into it. Some of y'all don't know if y'all the 1%, but you will after tonight. Let's go. The message for the 1% tonight. Now, before we get into this, well, as we get into this message, let's first review. Let's review some basics, because some of y'all act like y'all don't remember the basics when y'all are out here doing your thing in this everyday experience here that we call life on Earth. See, we know that Earth is a simulation. If you don't know it's a simulation, you don't need to be on here tonight. This ain't for you. See, once you learn the rules of the simulation, you can no longer be played by the simulation, aka the game. All this message tonight is for my game players. It's for my game players. If you're not in the realization and awareness that you're in a simulated reality, tonight is not going to make sense. I'm going to keep telling y'all that, because some of y'all, it's time for y'all to get off. Time for y'all to get off of this part of the algorithm. Okay? If you do not believe you're in a simulation, you will get very lost in this message and may need to revisit it when you're guided. Some of you may be redirected here at a later date. If or when you believe this simulation is real, you will have experiences that will carry meaning related to your growth and advancement in the simulation. Until you authentically believe it is real. I'm not talking about y'all saying it's real. Oh, we in a simulation. Oh, this is a matrix. Oh, no. We ain't talking about you saying it. Until you authentically believe it, you're in it, and you're playing the game from the point of view of being a novice and being unaware of what is actually happening. See, I'm getting ready to put y'all in mastery mode. We're mastering this thing at this point. So let's review, shall we? Okay. When you came here, you forgot who you were on purpose. We're going back. We're going to run through the basics real quick to get y'all up to speed. Make sure everybody understands some stuff. You forgot who you were on purpose when you got here, because the whole point, you agreed to this before you came. You agreed to an amnesia, if you will, of who you are. The powerful being that you are. So you forgot on purpose, And the whole point of you coming here is for you to remember your divine origin through your experiences. That's what you agreed to. That's why you said you're going to, that's what you agreed to play when you came here. You didn't come here to learn who God is. That ain't what y'all came here for. You came here to remember who you are while being in the midst of this illusion. God is a reference point for you. Source is a reference point and a trigger to ignite your awareness of you being a master player. The 1% are master players. You are skilled in this game. A lot of you are coming into remembrance of that. Y'all ain't no novices. You ain't no beginners. You are masters at this. In order for you to understand in totality who you are, this game sequence, and what you came to do, we got to review a couple of laws of the universe. Just a couple. I'm not going through all of them. I'm getting ready to hit some highlighted ones, because these highlighted ones are what you're going to find yourself encountering in this day to day. And I need you to get steady, comfortable, and firm in your understanding of these laws, because it's pivotal. The law of vibration. Everything is energy, and you attract what matches your frequency. Energy equals emotions. Your emotions symbolize and transmit your energy. Emotions are fast-paced physical body responses to things around you. This is important, important, important. Your game sequence can be thrown off, misinterpreted, or misaligned by your energy, your emotions in each and every moment. It's how your physical avatar responds to things and people around you. That is your energy. Now, this is not to be confused with your frequency. Come on, master players. I need you to understand the difference between energy and frequency like you never have before. Your frequency is equivalent to your feelings. Your feelings are the mental thoughts and personal meanings that you assigned to your body's responses. Let me put these two together for y'all. Let me put them together. We got energy, we got frequency. Energy is your emotion that you display in the moment. Frequency is the feeling that you attach to that emotion in the moment. The two together give you your vibration. So let Dr. Dawn give you an example. So if somebody is in your presence, let's not even put somebody. Let's say you walking and you walk into an environment where your emotions start to feel heavy. You start to feel sad. Ain't nobody in the room with you. You just feel sad. So the emotion you attach to your energy in that moment is sad. Your physical body is responding to this environment. The emotion is sad. Your frequency is then determined by what meaning you attach to that emotion. So if you walk in a room and you're feeling sad, you can automatically maybe come into an awareness that, ooh, something good didn't happen in this room. Maybe somebody was sick. It seemed like I feel like I'm getting an insight. Somebody was sick in this room. Your feelings are your thoughts. The meanings you assign to you, this response, this emotional response of walking in the room. If that feeling of somebody being sick in that room causes you to feel some kind of way, it could be based on experience you had with somebody dying recently or something you going through or whatever, it can shift your frequency down, thus causing your vibration to respond. It is very important, master players, that you stay in connection with your emotions, and your emotions will always ignite your energy for any given situation. See, we've been using energy and frequency synonymously up until this point. We got to differentiate now. Because Dr. Dawn is finding that when I use neutrality as my emotion, my energy stays leveled out. No matter what my feelings are that are attached to something, they stay leveled out until I can get a full comfort and understanding of what is happening in the moment. So my frequency stays neutral. See, before I didn't do that. I responded immediately off of emotion. So my energy always was like this. It was always on 10. It was always go time. So then my frequency would follow behind it based on the meaning I would assign to the go time and my responses in go time. I am stressing this part to you because there's going to come moments, there's going to be moments and times where you're going to be in situations and predicaments to where your emotions are going to regulate your response and what you do in the moment. And what you do in the moment can make or break what you are trying to accomplish at this time on your timeline. This is very, very important now that we understand emotions and frequency. I've never explained it like this. It was broken down further for me so that I could break it down further for you guys, because this is the essence of who we are. And as we evolve and we elevate, we get more intricate in the understandings of this, because these codes and these gameplays become more contingent on the basic foundational pieces of this simulation, which are energy and frequency. There's no semantics. It's not the same thing. Feelings are very different than emotions. I hope you guys understand that. Your frequency is always contingent upon the thought or experience you assign to your emotions. That same example I just gave you where I walked in the room and it felt heavy, I all of a sudden got sad. If I would have put in my mind, oh, maybe the person who lived here, somebody lived here before and didn't want to move. They wanted to stay. So they were saying, I'm feeling the energy of them wanting to stay in their home. I'm sorry they had to leave, but this is going to be a blessing for me because now I'm here. Now, this is something for me. It's the feeling, it's the meaning, it's the thought I attach to the emotion that determines my vibration. See, you guys were doing it the other way around. You were letting your emotions determine your frequency. You automatically feel a certain way and you automatically get disrupted and you go with that, and you don't look at the thought or feeling that you're attaching to it that is causing your vibration to shake up. Yeah. Somebody said they're trying to play on our frequencies by what they're doing. Got it. Good. Excellent. Excellent. See, you don't attract what you say, you attract what you are at the vibrational level. You guys' algorithms are going to reflect what and where you are vibrationally. What and where you are vibrationally. I came back from the detox. I saw that there was a celebrity that tried to unalive themselves live or whatever. I saw maybe 2 videos on that and never saw it again. Never saw it again. The meaning I attached with what I saw on the screen, I ain't gonna tell you what the meaning was, y'all, but it's not one that put me in a place where my vibration was disrupted. It wasn't. But had I attached a feeling or frequency to it that disrupted where I was and my emotion, it would have been a different thing. I would have been in a cycle of an algorithm of ongoing things related to that. You're controlling your social media. Your social media is on a device, but you are the energy that is controlling the device. Change the frequency, change the reality. Change the feeling, change the frequency. We got through that law. Let's get through that law. We had to get through that law. That one, the law of vibration, very important right now where you are. Let's briefly discuss the law of karma, very briefly, because we know this, but you got to know it again. See, karma isn't there to punish you. It's never there to punish you, never was. It's here to wake you up. It is the simulation's way of showing you what is still unhealed, unseen, or unconscious. Yes, some of you are high vibrational beings. Yes, some of you are in a higher dimensional realm now. Yes, many of you are master players, but you're still carrying, clearing, shifting away from, separating, detaching from karmic cycles. You're still doing that. Many of you are doing it kind of very succinctly and very like briefly because you get what it is and you recognize it, but many of you still are not. You're still reliving the same emotions. Remember, emotions equal energy. These emotions and energy are being shown in your relationships that you're in and your situations that you're encountering. You're continuing to relive them. You will keep reliving them until you recognize the code that is running in the background. The code in the background is what is allowing you to continue to relive these experiences. It's not that the person is getting on your nerves or the person is trying to, sabotage you or they ain't trying to do nothing. It's the code that's running. And if it doesn't show up in this person or this situation, it's going to show up in another person or another situation. It's got to keep running. It's got to keep running until you remove and recognize what is being shown to you in terms of this karmic pattern. We're getting a lot of these karmic patterns revisited through NPCs, non-player characters. Let me get into these non-player characters because they are hot and heavy now. Baby, I came out of my detox, got a new insight on them. We know that non-player characters, they're in the background of the simulation, and they are here to follow a fixed program. They never truly awaken, but guess what now? Looks like these NPCs, y'all, are becoming more skilled at initiating and following the programs of spirituality. Let's talk about it. Came back from the detox. I'm looking at all these spiritual creators, content creators, healers, teachers, many of who I see regularly, looking at them very differently now that I've detoxed, stabilized, and integrated some new codes and concepts. But I'm recognizing that many of them are NPCs that have learned the spiritual jargon, that have learned the spiritual nuances, that have learned what to say and how to say it. See, we never said that NPCs couldn't grasp the concept of spirituality. We never said that because they're very skilled at following a fixed program. See, we thought the fixed program was limited to those things outside of spirituality, those things that were fixated on the matrix system, education, religion, healthcare, finance, like all those, the systems that are pre-existing and put in place to control us. We thought they were limited to just following those systems. No. It's getting hot out here. It's getting desperate out here. Those beings are now being upgraded to follow a spiritual type system, if you will. Because spirituality is the hot thing, right? But guess what, y'all? Spirituality is a program. It's just another program. It's another program for the NPCs to become upgraded in. You say, but wait a minute, how can they be upgraded in something that, doesn't exist, for lack of a better word, in their reality? Because they're programs. You program spiritual concepts in them to follow and to mingle and to immerse themselves into. So they can just get on in there, slide on in there with the rest, see if you could tell them from everybody else, so they can go in there and disrupt what we're doing without you knowing it. So they got to learn. They got to learn how to assimilate into that, how to be in that system. So many of them got the wording down pat, baby. They got the jargon. They got the whole process together. They're not evil. They're not evil at all. They are just here to make you uncomfortable, because your discomfort will result in assisting you in waking up to your power. It worked for me. I came out that detox. I saw them, the NPCs in the spiritual, kind of position, doing this, doing that. It made me uncomfortable. I said, well, wait a minute. Made me in an awareness that they are now programmed to walk the walk and talk the talk a little bit to fit in, with the masses. They did what they were supposed to do. I caught it. So they're not evil. They're needed in this simulation. They're very important to your awakening process. Don't fight them. Don't fight them or the dark entities. I know in the past I say, oh, Dr. Dawn was fighting them. And oh, I was this, that. Okay, I mean literally. But now I'm getting ready to take that all the way out my vocabulary. We're not going to fight the dark entities. We're not going to fight nobody. We ain't going to fight them. We're going to sit and we're going to watch them. We're going to be in an awareness of them. And we're going to recognize them from a place of power position and mastery. Because we're playing this simulation now very differently. We're playing it differently. Many people are playing to escape it. This is how you escape the matrix. This is how you escape. We're not going to escape it while we're here. We know that as long as we're on Earth, there is a protective covering or shield around the Earth that is composed of a matrix simulation, which used to be very dense, which is now becoming more infused with light codes and is becoming more lighter. But nonetheless, it's still a simulated reality that is encompassed around this planet. So we know we're in it, but we're going to play it with mastery with these codes and this heightened awareness that we have so that we no longer get lost in it. Let's talk about the law of free will. In this simulation, you always have a choice. I don't want y'all, it's nothing that comes your way where you can say, I don't have a choice. I got to do X, Y, Z. No, you always have a choice. You do. You may feel like you don't, but it's always present. All it takes is one conscious decision for you to make one conscious decision to shift a timeline. That's all you got to do. I had a client come see me and say, Dr. Dawn, a client from 3 years ago came to see me. I was going to court. Say, I got a court case. I said, okay. Say, can you tell me what you see? Am I going to jail? Am I not going to jail? Like, what you seeing? I get a lot of them a lot of times. People want to know. They got stuff going on. They need to know what's getting ready to happen. So we talked a little bit about the outcome. We talked a little bit about how the case was going to be kind of, it was going to drag out a little bit of a while. It was going to be delayed for a couple of different reasons and stuff. And like by the time everything was said and done, minimal time outside of an actual jail cell would be served. So it wouldn't be going in jail, it'd be house arrest, something like that, but wouldn't be going in jail. So that's kind of what we talked about. Hadn't heard from that person. So, if I don't hear from y'all, I don't think about it. I don't know. Well, the person came to me last week. Say, I'm just not getting back to you. I caught you on Mystical Monday. I caught one of your Mystical Mondays and said, let me follow up. They had house arrest. It was delayed. They had some things happening in terms of like some health issues, things with the court being backed up. Like anyway, they did the house arrest. It was done, and they thanked me. And in that moment, that person said, I really appreciate you being a guiding force in my life. And I said, I want you to realize I'm no different than you, because see, y'all try to put me and other creators on a pedestal. We are humans here having experience just like y'all. I want y'all to go back in Dr. Dawn's archive on YouTube. I want y'all to watch episode 32. Episode 32. It's a video. It's not live. It's under videos because it was pre-recorded because I was traveling then. And so I had to record it. Episode 32, I talk about soul contracts. And in that episode, I talked about how you can change your soul contract. I'm saying this because it's very closely connected to what we're talking about here. In that change of a soul contract, I talked to y'all about how Dr. Dawn almost went to jail, baby. Almost. Yeah, y'all want to go see that episode. I made a conscious choice in that moment that changed the entire trajectory of my life to get me to this point right here. In that moment, I could have said, well, I ain't got no choice. I got to do this. I gotta do it. I'm just gonna do it because I'm in college. I gotta do this because if I don't do it, I ain't gonna finish school. I gotta do it. But I didn't make that choice. I made a whole different choice. Y'all go watch episode 32 and y'all see what I'm talking about. Shifted in that moment. Subconsciously, I recognized a karmic cycle that was playing out in this present reality that I was finishing up from a past reality. Didn't know it then, but I recognize it now. Everything in me was guiding me on what I should do. But then the human part of me, the fear crept in and was telling me to do something else. I didn't go with the fear. I went with what the part inside of me said. And y'all got to watch and see how it turned out. But y'all know I ain't go to jail. So y'all know how it turned out. But y'all go watch that. Y'all go watch that. So I explained that to this person. And I want you guys to understand at any point in your journey here, you have free will. It's the law of free will. Beings, entities, forces will make you feel as if you don't have a choice. You always have a choice. Always. See, even though there are certain designs and frameworks to this simulation, how you play it is completely up to you. Completely up to you. And don't you let anyone tell you otherwise. I got to get into the secret societies as I go into that, because this is where I'm leading up to. Because this is something that's new, that's getting ready to hit. We're starting to hit, but I got to get to the 1%ers right now, because y'all gonna be very confused, misled, and probably bamboozled and tricked. Secret societies are now flooding the social media airwaves. So y'all got to understand, it's too many of y'all awakened now. Not only are y'all awakened, but y'all are stepping into your powers. You're scaring the hell out of them. You're scaring them just beyond. They didn't prepare for this. They're flooding the social media airwaves with ways to join, and advertisements are coming on now on social media promoting wealth, telling you to join these organizations and achieve wealth through them. Many of them are telling you you can't be a billionaire unless you come through them. They're saying every billionaire that's on this earth right now is in the secret society. And that may be true. I'm not discrediting that. That may be true. Because they entered through the path of their knowing and their awareness and their frequency. Y'all ain't there. You have exceeded their awareness. Come on, 1%. Your program is more developed than that. You are programmed to see through misinformation. Various groups are very aware of who you are. They know who the 1% are. They've been tracking you since you were born. You don't know it, but they know you. Things that have happened throughout your entire life were not coincidences, were divinely were set up, and are now being positioned now to catch you on their way out. See, before, when we say the word Illuminati, it was, oh, don't say, shh, be quiet, don't say it. We'll be quiet. Don't do it. It's everywhere now. It's everywhere. It's saying, hey, come join. We're an elite organization. Let me tell you something. Dr. Dawn had a client that came on my screen. Say, Dr. Dawn, you know, you got a lot of knowledge, higher level knowledge. You say you here to dismantle and bring down the system. Why don't you join one and go on the inside and disrupt and corrupt it from the inside? Kind of go undercover, if you will. That's what they say. Now, 1%ers. 1%ers. Be in an awareness of how they infiltrate you, baby. They will come in every which way possible. If what I said to you enticed you in any kind of a way, y'all better go somewhere and sit down and regroup and get somewhere and stabilize and integrate some divine higher knowledge and information. I politely told that person, get off my screen. Get off my screen. Because, see, for any secret society that you enter, you must give consent. You give consent, that's it. I looked on my social media airwaves. I saw now it's a whole little campaign now saying, do not consent. We got some beings of higher knowledge that are trying to give you a little insight into what's going on without giving it all to you. But subliminally now, the message is do not consent. Do not consent. Some of y'all may be seeing that. You may be seeing it, not really clear on what that means and why you're seeing it. But it's being planted subconsciously into you so that when that moment comes or when situations happen, you will always remember to say, I do not consent. Go into an organization undercover. Consent to be a part of it so you can go in there undercover, reap the benefits and dismantle it at the same time. Do y'all know that don't make sense? Don't make sense. Stay in your awareness. Stay in your connection. Stay in your energy and frequency of neutrality so you can always hear, feel, sense, and know guidance and when something is off. You're playing this simulation with mastery. Every campaign you guys are seeing, and you will see, related to you coming into secret societies and how great they are and what they will give you and all it. Remember, they don't care about money. They don't care about that because money getting ready to get out of here after a while. They don't care about that. They care about the control. See, the more of you that awaken into your powers, that's what they're scared of. You all igniting your power. You're going to shut it down. See, this simulation may look like it's filled with chaos, fears, suffering, etc. But the primary operating system is love. We know this. We know this. Keep that in your awareness no matter what's going out. These grids are going out. These power outages. Stay in your awareness. Stay in your awareness. See, you're in the love sequence and program. The power code overrides everything. See, it's going to remain in place even when this game ends, baby. It will remain in place. But you can't get distracted or consumed by anything outside of that program because it's coming. It's coming and it's everywhere. All of these distractions, environmental distractions, recruitment distractions. And while all this is going on, y'all still trying to tap into, ignite, and strengthen your abilities and your powers. They know that's where y'all are right now. They know that's where you are. So it's time to distract you. Time to distract you. The way you play the simulation with mastery is you own your mind and continue to question everything all the time. Even me, question content creators, question concepts you hear, information that is shared. Every time you question it, you own your mind and your sovereignty because you are connecting to the source, the connection that is higher and guiding you through this simulation to share information with you. But you got to question and not go with everything you see and hear. You got to stay in it, in the questioning mode. See, we know we went through religion. We know that was many of us in the beginning of our awakenings. We've gone through spirituality. We went through that. Yeah, many still in it, but y'all getting ready to kind of make the connection and transition into the next phase of oneness and consciousness that is going to take you now into, that's going to lead you into the mastery of the simulation. It's going to lead you into that. Now you're going into more of gameplay. You've completed some of the programs. We got a lot of more programs running. We got to get into the program of, the extraterrestrials. We'll be getting into that too. That's part of mastery. That's when you get into that mastery phase. You'll be getting into that part. But for many of you, spirituality, the concept of spirituality is going to start winding down for y'all because you got what you needed from it. You got the insight. You got the connection to your awareness of your innate abilities, innate awareness and spiritual abilities. Now you're moving into what to do with them. That's where you go into this next set of mastery in the simulation. Now we're moving away a little bit from the spirituality. Some people, it was so hurtful to find out that spirituality itself was also a program, just like religion. People thought that was the end. That was the end all. We activate our 12 strands of DNA and we're in the fifth dimension or the higher dimensions, eighth dimension, and we're good. We're good. And but it's a lot, some more to it. It's some more. We keep going. One of the things I want you guys to do, in addition to questioning everything, is I want you guys to start practicing. And I've talked about this to you before, but get used to being alone. See, a person who is okay with being alone is less likely and very difficult to trap into the whole concept of control. Control usually comes because someone wants to either feel needed, be a part of, or be seen. And control is it's easily to control under those, concepts. But if you say, I'm okay with being by myself, I ain't never got to see nobody, be around nobody, or interact, whatever, I'm good with a small circle, it's very difficult to control you. Do you see that? Start getting used to seeing what that feels like. While you're doing this, you're mastering your state of being. Move into neutrality. Learn what being neutral feels like. We talked about in the past about being in not hermit mode. Somebody said on TikTok, hermit mode. I don't want you going hermit mode and like literally close yourself off and be in isolation. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying when you move, it's okay to move distinctly and specifically. It's okay to have acquaintances, but not a lot of friends. You see? It's okay to hang with or know 3 people you're very close and intimate with, but if they ain't available or you don't have it, you okay with yourself in the moment. That's what I'm saying, not hermit mode. I don't want y'all going hermit mode. We did that part already. Okay? Neutrality is what I want you guys to practice. Neutrality is not being happy or baby, I got my taxes done. I remember the tax guy was like, you owed this year. I'm like, okay, whatever. Come on. He was like, you're not mad? No, I want to be mad for. Come on, it's part of the system. Let's just do it. He said, well, I wish everybody would like you. He said, but I got you a little less on the state. You don't understand. He said, do that make you happy? I said, no, it's just all the same to me. He said, I thought you was a spiritual coach. I said, I am. I said, I learned to master neutrality. I'm neutral. I ain't happy or sad. I'm neutral. He said, I like that. That's my frequency. Neutrality was something very difficult for me to master because Dr. Dawn was either up or she was down. But that neutrality, baby, that gets you a long way because you can breathe, take breaths in between intentionally, and move and get in and out of whatever it is you're dealing with when you practice neutrality. People get very frustrated sometimes trying to figure me out because on any given day, I could be a different person because I'm in and out of timelines. In and out of timelines. I always tell people, don't try to figure me out, figure you out. Because you'll never figure Dr. Dawn out. You won't. You're not here to figure out somebody else. You're here to get you mastered. You mastered. You will probably never see me as one that is showing you guys a lot of ins and outs of my life. For what? For what? What's the point and the purpose? Nothing. I choose my circle wisely. You should too. Surround yourself with people who inspire, elevate, or challenge you. That's what you want. I heard somebody say on TikTok said, don't take advice from somebody you don't want to be like. Oh, that was a word. That was a word. He said, don't take advice from somebody you don't want to be like. I said, baby, that hit. That hit. Now, at this point in my life, I don't want to be like nobody, but I definitely can identify who I don't want to be like. I can do that. So that information he gave was wonderful. See, when you choose your circle wisely, you master your state of being, you pay attention to your mind, you will guard your frequency. That's what this is all about. Because see, we make some crazy, not real good decisions when our frequency is disrupted. Conversations that you have, things you see in the media, music, relationships, they can either pull you deeper into the simulation or pull you out. Make a conscious effort now, you guys, to see where you are during these engagements. See what you're feeling. See where your thoughts are. See where you are during these engagements to see if you're being pulled in or you're being pulled out. All of the souls in the 1%, you guys are going through levels of evaluation. You either have or you will, or you are right now. You're going through these levels of evaluation before fully awakening and stepping into your power and being equipped with all of your spiritual powers, because the powers that be in the cosmic higher realms got to see where you are and what you're working with. And if you're ready to get into mastery, just like any other game sequence, you have to accomplish and not defeat, but you have to accomplish certain levels before you get into mastery. Here's some of the levels I hope that you guys have accomplished. Level 1. Are you able to follow rules when somebody is observing you? You probably can, because most religious people operate at this level. Because see, they operate by the doctrine, right? They feel that they have to do what's right or they will be punished or something will happen as a result, a consequence, because of them not aligning with what it says they should do. That's level 1. Most people can do that part. You can do and follow rules. Everybody got that one. Okay. Level 2. Can you maintain like certain principles under pressure? Do you have the clarity to make conscious decisions despite what the masses are doing? Now, I gave y'all an example. I said on these social media airwaves, baby, they recruit now for secret societies. Come on. Come one, come all. We can make you rich. We can make you famous. We can make you popular. We can make you visible. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Well, oh, my favorite content creator is now in this organization and they talking about it. I respect that person. Maybe I should look into it. Oh, maybe so, because they're guided. They're divinely guided in their higher consciousness. Can you make decisions for yourself? Conscious decisions for yourself despite what others are doing. Level 2. I don't know how many of y'all doing it. Many of y'all 1%ers are still followers. Level 3. This is where everybody usually drops off. You will be evaluated while you are broken down in your most vulnerable state of being. And you cannot think consciously, baby, because everything in your central nervous system is out of whack, because everything has fallen down on you and you are in the midst of an event that has gotten you, for all intents and purposes, out of your alignment. You respond where you are, actually operating without any assistance or consciousness. Hold on, let me get TikTok back. You are at the true essence of your existence, and you can maintain your integrity under those consequences and situations. You are able to demonstrate. You're able to demonstrate to the celestial realm, I can make decisions. I can operate from my highest point of being. I can tap into my divine inner light, and I can do what I need to do, make the decisions that I need to do, because it's the essence of who I am now. I'm not being performative. I'm not just walking a walk because I know it's what I'm supposed to do, because I say I'm vibrating at this frequency and this dimension. I can now do it unconsciously without any thought. I can see the higher meaning in everything. I can move and make higher divine decisions now, even in the midst of whatever is coming around me. I can do this. I know who I really am. This is the point most people fail, and this is the point that will stop you in your tracks. See, if y'all ain't never understood nothing, I want y'all to understand this. Your objective of your journey here, aka the spiritual program, the program that's running for spirituality, is not to learn more about God. It's for you to transform yourself to being that divine being that becomes your automatic nature. It becomes automatic for you to be divine without any thought. That's what you're here to do. See, right now it takes thought. It takes thought. So you get put in situations where your thought is compromised, and you got to act from the heart center. You got to act from your highest level of being in consciousness with no thought in it. You just got to move from the state of the God space, the source space. A high percentage don't make it past this one. Don't make it past it. Many of you are going through this training sequence. You're going through this training sequence, and if you aren't, you will. You will. You in the 1%, you will. See, in order for you to change, oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm sorry, I just turned on the comments over here on YouTube. I didn't realize y'all gave me some donations. Thank you so much, you guys, for the donations. Appreciate it. You will experience this level of mastery if you in the 1%. You have no choice but to, because how can you dismantle, disrupt, and change this system if you can't operate outside of it? Yeah. See, this is getting ready to get real now. That's why this is called Game On. Because you guys are masters. You are masters. You're remembering that. You're starting to remember. You're in remembrance mode. They don't want you to remember. There are many agencies. There are many beings, both in the physical and non-physical, monitoring you right now. Nothing to be scared of. Just be aware of. Be aware of it. Okay, let me get some questions, because people got all these questions, y'all. Let me go back first. I'm coming TikTok, because I see y'all got a whole lot over there. Let me go up on TikTok, on YouTube, see if I missed a lot. I think they just commenting over here. Yeah, they just commenting. Come on, if y'all got questions right now, let's get these questions going, because this is a lot of information. I'm going to try to lay this out for you guys in this way from week to week, because we're moving now into something very different over the next 4 years. And so we got to start shifting, many of us shifting our awareness and our perspective, if you will, on how we're moving and, tackling and dealing with different things that are coming up. So feelings, energy, frequency, emotions, and vibration are all different. Energy and emotions are tied together. Your energy is based off of your emotions. Okay. If you're sad, then your energy is going to be indicative of you being sad. However, your vibration will depend on what your frequency dictates. Your frequency are your feelings. So if you're sad, what is the thought that you're attaching to the sadness? Are you sad because of the example I gave you, like somebody moved out of their house and you could feel their energy of being sad, of having to move, and you're moving in? Or are you sad because maybe you're feeling that something bad happened and somebody died, in the house you moved in, and it's giving you, a lot of pain? What thought are you attaching to that? What feeling are you attaching to the sadness? That's going to determine your frequency. If the feeling is somebody was sad that they were leaving, but you're excited because it's the house of your dreams and you wanted it, the feeling you're going to attach with it is, oh, I'm sorry they had to leave, but I'm glad I'm here, baby, because it's mine now. Your vibration remains where you want it to be versus the other way. So I want you guys to understand, emotion alone isn't what determines your vibration. It is the frequency, the feeling that you put behind the emotion that determines your vibration. That's where we were getting a little disconnected. We always made emotion or made energy and frequency synonymous, and they're not. They're two different things. Two different things. And I wanted you guys to understand the difference between the two, because when you're in certain situations, I want you to look at, how am I feeling? What's my emotion? Okay. I mean, I'm sorry. What is my energy like? What emotion am I feeling right now? Okay. Why am I feeling that? What's the thought behind it? So you can kind of get yourself in an awareness of where you are in that moment, because in some situations, like I just mentioned, there's a lot of deception being placed around you, and I want you to recognize the emotion when you see it, and then why, the thought of why you feel that emotion, so you can be able in the moment to discern if this is something that is aligned for you or not, something you consent to or something you do not. Okay. Somebody say, okay, BT, hi. Understand that karma is the alert system. Okay, we get karma. I figured you guys had, but I just need to throw that up for you because some of y'all still getting that one a little bit. I'm coming, TikTok. Okay. All right. Let's see what y'all got over here. Okay, they say a lot of people are saying that they're always alone. Okay. What are you doing in that aloneness and that stillness time with yourself? Are you connecting with yourself? Are you listening to yourself? Very intuitive, good, always alone, yes. Hermit, okay. Yes. Okay. The flow between your in and out of your breath, it's a practice. Yes, it is. Wait, so basically, somebody said, oh, I like this question. Somebody said, what's an example of staying in source mode? So for me, staying in source mode is just always being in an awareness. I'm always in an awareness of my divine essence, my divine self. Just like I gave you guys the example of the client who came in and tried to tell me that maybe I should think about joining a secret society, so I could go on the insides and learn all the inside, whatever, so I can see what needs to be done to dismantle it and all that. I'm always in my source awareness of, I don't need to do all that. Why I got to do all that? Like, that's what you would do from a third dimensional way of doing something, is to do it in that way. That's what a third dimensional being would think to do. I don't have to do that. I can disrupt it in this way that I'm doing now without even going in, knowing the underpinnings and the specifics, and I can do it just as I am doing this now, because I am aware of what I radiate, what I transmute, transmit. I'm aware of the signal that I send out. See? So somebody said, basically, you can't change the world physically, but none physically you can change it. Oh, I don't understand that one. Somebody says, what can you do every day mentally to shift? Always be in an awareness. I can't stress that to you enough. When you wake up in the morning, you say, oh, how am I feeling? Why am I feeling this way? Oh, okay. What am I going to do today? What guidance am I receiving? What's happening, in my reality right now? What am I being shown? What am I being told? That's how you shift every day, every moment, staying awake and aware. That makes you shift in the moment. Remember, I told you guys, making conscious decisions constantly is shifting you to different realities, different thoughts, different places, different timelines. Somebody says, I have not been having an appetite. Is that part of the transition? You may undergo a lot of appetite changes. You guys are aware of a lot of the things that we are experiencing right now in terms of this grid structure that I talked to you guys about, with the density now being literally almost gone and being more infused with the light codes. As the light codes continue to cover and surround and integrate in this grid, they have to have an effect on you physically, because you weren't created or designed in this suit you're in to withstand those particular codes. So as these codes are coming, you're going to be guided either consciously or subconsciously on things to assist you with being able to tolerate the changes. This person says they're not really hungry anymore. Maybe they're not being guided to eat as much. Some of us are being guided to sleep a little bit more, drink a little bit more water. Some of us are being guided to, do more things that relate to like wellness and fitness. Just do what you're being guided to do. Eat what you're being guided to eat. Do what you feel as if you're being guided to do that is specific to your body and your structure. Somebody says, so we are in a loop of the same reality when we conform to the matrix around us. You are in a loop of the same reality when you conform to those things and situations that are being brought up and shown to you that are very integral to your healing and your evolution. So let me say this. So let's bring up the example with the power outages in Gary, Indiana. Okay. I had family that was affected by that. I assisted in the ways that I could, offered encouragement, but I didn't get really like, oh my God, what are you doing? I didn't get involved I didn't get to that point because I was in an awareness of what was happening in that structure and kind of why. And so it didn't allow me to kind of get into the frantic kind of energy because I was in an awareness. So when you say, do you loop when you conform, I'm not going to say loop, but when you step outside of your neutrality for something that you don't have a higher awareness of, it can cause you to revert back to some unhealed patterns and things that you have not yet dealt with or cleared. Okay. And incidentally, you guys are going to see more power outages. I may or may not talk about that only because, again, you guys, I'm not diminishing any type of catastrophic events that happen here on the planet, but there are going to be many of them, and they're designed for where you are in your awareness, so to speak. And so over here on YouTube, they're asking me, why did the blackouts happen? We know that as the earth splits, thank you so much, YouTube, TikTok. As the earth splits, we're operating with two separate earths. You guys get into an awareness that is real. You have two different earths, two different frequencies, two different realities that are happening. You're going to see a lot of things that are happening one place and not the other. And so how it affects you is going to depend on where you are, not physically, not where you live. No, where you are vibrationally. It's set up that way. Remember the earth splitting. Remember the dimensional changes. There are things happening in two different realities. You're just witnessing or privy to some of them because you still have access to certain dimensional realms. Yeah. Any more questions? Okay. All right. We got through a lot of this tonight. Excellent. We had a break, but we're back. We had a break and we're back. I hope this information has helped and assisted you guys. I hope that you've gotten some insight and some clarity And if nothing else, some encouragement to assist you at this time, because there's so much going on. So much going on. And you one percenters are going to be lost or swallowed up, if you will, if you don't stand in awareness that there's only 1% of you. This much, this many of you, this many. There are billions of them, and this much of you. A couple of million of you. You don't even compare. So stay in an awareness that even though you're a small little piece, you're a big piece, because you can change the entire dynamic as you step into your power and your comfort. Take all this in. If you need to watch this video again, please watch it again. I want you guys to just remember your consent to anything, verbally, non-verbally, is very important during this time. Do not consent to anything that does not align with who you are. That's very important. All right. If any of y'all need to get with me, you know where to find me, discoveringyourinnerlight.com. I'm currently doing one-on-one sessions right now. I don't know what the next couple of months will bring. I have some things in the pipeline that I'm working on and maybe shifting into. So please, if you need an hour or 30-minute check-in, make sure you get over there to their website and sign up. Discoveringyourinnerlight.com. I would love to meet you, love to chit-chat with you. Coincidentally, baby, I'm getting the people now that are aligned with coming to see me. I made a statement on one of my videos in the past. I said, please know I see you before you coming. And no sooner than I said that, I had some clients from, well, I ain't gonna say what country they were from, but I knew when they signed up, I said, oh, this is quite strange. But they never showed up. They paid for the sessions and didn't show up. So sorry, they decided not to come. But look, I know who you are. My spirit and my spirit guides know who you are before you hit this screen. If you're guided, come on, come on. If your intentions are for your growth, evolution, and development, come on, come on. But if they ain't for that, just think twice before you come. All right? All right, y'all. Until next Monday, y'all be good. Y'all stay aware. Step into your power. And last but certainly not least, don't y'all consent to nothing that doesn't align with you. All right. I'll see y'all next Monday. Ta-ta.